Okay, so yes, the Senate president did appeal the entire judgment. One of the grounds he appealed was that the Federal High Court has no jurisdiction to entertain the matter in the first place because it's issues that surround the National Assembly. And I have already spent pretty much over 4 months already. But the fact that I've been suspended, I keep saying this, I never stopped working. But I have pretty much 2 months more before the 6 months expire. However, I have written to the Senate again, telling them that I'm resuming on the 22nd, which is on Tuesday by the special grace of God. I will be there to resume because the court did make a decision on that. Now, they argue that it's an order. It's not an order, but it is a decision. And if you look at section 318, I think, of the Nigerian Constitution, it did mention that a recommendation forms part of a decision of a court. So whether it's a recommendation, a judicial decree, a sentence, or an order, they are all decisions, and decisions are binding on every Nigerian and every authority and every institution. So I'm going to be there live to attend. But I also know that the Senate will be going on recess very soon, maybe most likely next week for 2 months. That means by the time the Senate resumes, my 6 months would have lapsed. And I will go back, I will resume. And yeah, I don't hope there'll be any more resistance because you can't apply you can't go against the what is called double jeopardy rule whereby you punish someone twice. So after the 6 months, you now go back to court or do extend or whatever. No, that will amount total abuse of power, which of course I do sense an abuse of power already. But that's for the courts and the public to judge.
Okay, you're welcome to today's perspective. My name is Okeogene Serial, and we're back again to see CY's perspective. Today we're going to be talking about Senator Natasha Akpoti Ojala. Yeah, that's her name. She is in a situation that I never expected her to get into, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because when you want to go into war, the first thing you do is to size your opponent. Ask yourself, am I going to be able to beat this person? Senator Godwin Akpabio is the second most powerful man in Nigeria. If anything happens to the president and the vice president, he automatically becomes the president. So when you want to get into battle with such a person in a minority party, because in the Senate we have 109 senators, 68 of them are APC members, and then you have 30 PDP members, and then 11 other parties, okay? Now, if you want to get into war with such a majority class of senators, especially the Senate president himself, you should ask yourself, am I going to win this battle? And as we can clearly see, she's not winning it. She's not winning it. So to me, it's a wrong move. I expected the PDP elders to advise her, but that's what happened to a party that is struggling. They tend to always make the wrong decision, and to me, this is another wrong decision that the PDP has made. So unfortunate, but okay, we all know the story, or we have all heard about what she is faced with. The Senate has asked her not to come back to the chambers, but she has insisted that she's going to get back there no matter what. And she said she has written to them that she would appear before the floor. But I'm not sure they're going to even allow her pass through the gate. Because one thing that I've discovered about APC senators is they don't change their stand on any issue. Once they say this is how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. Forget it, because they know they are the majority. And it doesn't matter what you want to pass. It's not going to fly unless they agree to it with you. So I don't know what she's doing. I just think it's PR stunt. She just wants to flex her muscle. Sometimes I wonder, is this feminism or something? I mean, women, liberation, blah, blah, blah. It's... now, in the corridors of power, Nigeria is seen as an Islamic state. Forget what we think, okay? And that's the reason why we have a Muslim ticket. President is a Muslim, vice president is a Muslim. So even the Northerners will tell you that. Let me not go into what they will tell you, okay? But we know what they will tell you, all right? So it's a wrong move. It's a wrong move. Now, for her, when the court judgment came out, she feels, based on what the advice she was given, she feels that the recommendation is an order. I mean, she's a lawyer, but she now sees a recommendation as an order. But if you really look at the paragraph 11 and 12 of that court judgment, you discover that all they did was give an opinion. But she wants us to believe that the opinion that the court gave is an order. But to be honest, a court order is always very specific. Now, I'm going to tell you an order that was put in this judgment. And then you tell me if that order is the same with the opinion that was given. All right. Let me tell you an order that was given that she isn't talking about. Okay. Now, in paragraph 2 of that court judgment, it states an order has been made for the plaintiff, which is her, to pay a 5 million fine and to publish a public apology in 2 national dailies and her Facebook page within 7 days. Can you see? That's an order, very specific. No abbreviations, no suggestion, no opinion, no recommendation. It was very straightforward. Paragraph 2 says an order was made. Okay, let me tell you what it says in how we started paragraph 11. Now, paragraph 11 started like this: that I am of the opinion. Now, let me tell you what paragraph 12 says. And that's where the bone of contention is. Paragraph 12 says the Senate has the power to, and I believe should be called the plaintiff. He says the Senate has the power to, and I believe should recall the plaintiff. That's not an order. That's a suggestion. That's an opinion. You can't compare that to paragraph 2 that started by saying an order has been made to the plaintiff. It's very, very specific. Okay, and then at the end of this court judgment, the final judgment states that the Senate should consider. See? It said the Senate should consider. That's not an order. That's an opinion. And so when she's coming and she's saying that the court has given an order instructing the Senate to allow her to come back to the chambers, it's wrong. It's a false narrative. The court didn't order the Senate to ask her to come back. They only gave down their opinion in the matter. All right, so like I said, I don't know why she's doing this. Why? What's the point? What are you trying to achieve? I mean, it's any way you look at this thing, it's not going to end up well. It's not going to end well because let me tell you what's going to happen. She's going to go there. They're not going to allow her to get to the floor. She's going to come back in front of the camera, in front of the media, and say, "You see, they don't like women. They don't want me to do this. Blah blah blah. This. I mean, and then what's the point of that?" And the funny thing about all this drama is this: she was given a 6-month suspension. She has served 4. She has 2 months to go. Now the Senate is going to go on recess in a week's time, and they're not going to be back till 2 months' time. So at that time, the 6 months is going to be complete. So what's the point of this drama? I mean, if she doesn't come back today and she waits it out, by the time they be back, 6 months will be over. So why not wait till then? What's the point of the drama? I mean, anyway, later on in the day, we're going to see how this unfolds. I really don't want to end up saying "I told you so," but I don't think it's going to end well. It's something the PDP elders should have advised her against instead of trying to fight. I mean, this is the kind of thing that the Democrats are doing in the U.S. With the Republicans beating them every time, and is that the new playbook in political sphere? You know, you want to fight every battle, even the ones you know you would lose, you want to fight. So you want to give people the opinion that you're fighting hard. I don't know. Politics. But anyway, let's see how it unfolds, and tomorrow I will give you more about this whole drama. Okay. I want you to like, share, subscribe. Tiwari's Perspective is a channel I believe you will enjoy. I would always give you my unfiltered, neutral perspective on what's happening. Some of you might think, no, I'm always on APC's corner or APC's side. My narrative always suits or sides with the APC. But the truth is, I just see things the way they are. If it's fair, I'll tell you it's fair. If the APC is misbehaving, I'll definitely tell you that they are. But on this situation, I just think she's taking it too far. I mean, something you're not going to win. Just tell yourself, I'm not going to win this, and then move on to something else. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.